thank you for joining us. The Guild Mortgage Group, being a preferred partner of ours, we just wanted to have a great conversation with you. This is Bree, our sales associate. We're so grateful you're here to have a conversation about the interest rates in the market right now.
Thanks for having me. Great to be with you.
Yeah, well, with the Fed meeting on a monthly basis, we've seen a lot of our home buyers kind of sitting on the sidelines, waiting to hear some good news. What are you expecting here this month?
Yeah, it's really interesting. The Fed meeting has been a focus for so many people, and there's a lot of excitement finally around these Fed meetings that are coming up. They meet about once a month, and I think finally we're going to get good news. For a while, it was a wait and see, kind of boring, the information we were getting from the Fed. Inflation was a concern and all these things that everybody seems to know about. But now the tune's changing, and really what the Fed's going to start doing is relaxing their fiscal policy or making it more friendly for people to borrow money. That means lower interest rates, and then what's to come behind that, who knows. But here, coming up, the next few meetings that we should hear from the Fed from their meeting is lower rates.
Well, I know we've seen a lot of activity kind of pick up with our listings. Do you see the window kind of closing for buyers here?
Yeah, this window of opportunity for a buyer to negotiate reasonable terms within a real estate contract. Remember 2 years ago, it was, you were throwing your firstborn, as they say. Not really, but buyers writing a reasonable contract where they can inspect the property and responsibly, negotiate a couple of terms. Maybe that window closes because the lower that mortgage rates get, the more people enter the market excited about these lower mortgage rates and more palatable monthly payments. And so as competition heats up, who knows what your negotiation results as a buyer has subsided, which I think is such a positive for buyers. To get a reasonable price and negotiate a reasonable contract could certainly be closing.
Yeah, happened with us here, Mike. What do you see happening?
Yeah, just this last weekend, right? You had a deal come across that was a buyer that was interested in our home just a month ago.
Yep.
They came back and asked us for put the similar offer together. That was the same offer that they offered last month. It was an aggressive offer. You see that across the board with sellers and with home builders in all the advertising that's out there too. Those numbers have slowly been creeping down over these last 4, 5, 6 weeks. And now here we are getting to a point where we're going to see a pretty significant change in the federal funds policy. We're kind of in that in-between spot right now.
Yeah, I would agree. And we even still have some inventory that's under 400,000 right now, which is kind of unheard of in the market. So I think it is one of those really unique opportunities for a first-time home buyer to get in at a great price with some awesome incentives. So.
Right.
And Mike, agree, speaking of an incentive that doesn't expire, with the first-time buyer looking at the inventory that you have, the fabulous inventory for first-time buyers, brand new housing, what an opportunity. The incentive that doesn't expire is that first-time buyers that meet this area median income can get a lower interest rate than the rest of the mortgage applicants out there. And the fee for not putting 20% down, that mortgage insurance, is lower. It's almost like free money for the first-time buyer to get into a brand new built house.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. What it sounds like is really buyers just kind of need to get in before everybody else starts to enter the market again here, before these interest rates drop again.
I agree. Whether you're a first-time buyer or whether you're really looking for your next home to get out of or potentially get into a second home opportunity, now's your chance to really get in at the lowest possible payment that you're going to be able to get, because now you're going to move back up to a market rate when right now we're working with buyers to buy down their rate, and all that is going to go down. So with a timely conversation, Matthew, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you today to learn more about what's going on. We're going to continue with these videos and the education opportunities for our customers, and it really means a lot that you're here.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.